Welcome these two sergeants from the United States Air Force and Army to entertain you tonight. Proud country.
Thank y'all. I'm going to try to walk right past here. Right here. Let's see if I can get up here. It's a little bit more difficult with people.
So glad y'all are here.
We are glad to be here.
We're
Hi,
so
y'all.
glad to be back.
So nice to see your smiling faces.
What service? Thank you for your service.
Oh, thank you
I
for your
was in the
support.
Army.
I was in the Air Force.
Yes.
We
Yes, sir.
are. I'll sit down conversing for a second. It is my nature. I like to converse.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. On
We
it.
got you.
Done.
Yes, sir. Come on. I'm testing. We're good, I believe.
Hey.
Hey.
Aim high.
Hey. Go Army. Really?
Take off the wild blue.
Yeah, we met. There you go. Yeah,
There we go.
we met at the VA over a songwriting contest, and so that's how this whole thing kind of started.
That's right.
Yeah. We are not married to each other. Most people ask that question. We have two wonderful spouses that allow us to do this and support us in doing this. And but got anything to say before we play?
I'm just listening.
All right, man.
I'm ready to play.
Well, this is one we wrote called "Smile on Me," and it was written about. I'll tell you all the story since this is what this
That's
is
right.
for. So one night I was sitting on the couch and I had my legs were crossed, and I was sitting with my guitar and I was picking around, and I went back to a time when I was real little, and I used to ride my bicycle down this old pond, Mr. Hunt's Pond, J.B. Hunt's Pond, if y'all know who that is. And the ranch hands would shuffle me off when they'd find me, but I'd go down there fishing all the time, and an old cane pole, because it was easier than carrying a rod and reel, because it didn't bounce around. It was long and stiff.
That's
you just
right.
roll down the. And so I had this vision, remembered doing that, and I remembered how simple life was, and how, we're so accustomed to seeing God's work when it's big in our face, but those little things that He does for us every day, just we don't even notice. And that one special time was a time when God was smiling on me that I had no clue, how beautiful that time was. So anyway, we wrote a song called "Smile on Me."
Yeah, we were kind of sitting around talking about it one night, and just like he said, he was talking about his childhood, I was talking about mine. It's like, we're sitting there in my kitchen where we write a lot and we practice a lot, and it was like, we are so blessed for nothing else but just to be able to sit here in this moment in time. And then, thinking about the way that we grew up compared to the ways a lot of other people grew up. I mean, especially, with all the COVID stuff going on and so on. But this was, he was healing for us.
It was a lot of fun. This is called "Smile on Me." Sitting cross-legged at the end of the dock, holding the cane pole and an old tackle box, watching that bobber wobble side to side, waiting for a bite as the world goes by. He says, "Lord, smile on me. I know the Lord smiles on me."
Watching the baby crawl on the floor, dog in the corner waiting on the door, smell of the bacon frying in the pan, good-hearted woman, hard-working man.
She says, "Lord, smile on me. I know the Lord smiles on me. 'Cause life is a splendid wonder,
Really quite easy to see.
all the many blessings Lord has given me. rocking on the porch, watching the sunset and fireflies swarm.
Thinking about all the blessings they've seen, the times of their weakness and strength.
They say, Lord, smile on me. I know the Lord smiles on me. Life is a splendid wonder,
Really quite easy to see.
all the many blessings Lord's given me. Yeah. I know the Lord smiles on me. I know the Lord smiles on me. I know the Lord.
He smiles on me. Yeah. All right.
Smile on me. Thank you.
Thank you.
That was a lot of fun.
We have a lot of fun with that song too. Well, this next song is another one of our originals, of course, and I wrote this song for my parents one year for their anniversary, and the last time that we were here, a few years back when we first got started, I had written the song and I did it on the show. Today, though, I'm here to do the veteran show. Today is my son's engagement party. So they scheduled the party after I already had this going on, but her family could all make it, and everybody, was able to come in because some of them were able to have a 3-day weekend or a 4-day weekend. But I love them so much, and this is for Ashley and for Bubba Richard. But I wrote this song for my parents one year for their anniversary. They were married for 62 years. And thank you. And they had that kind of love, the everyday kind of thing, the one that it brings you up, it brings you down. You look at your other on the couch and you go, oh my gosh, if you breathe any louder, I'm going to just strangle you. Those moments of pure love right there, right? But my daddy married my mama on his birthday. Because he said, that way I get the best birthday present in the whole wide world for the rest of my life. But we know the true reason.
So you're buying one present.
So he would never forget his anniversary. Uh-oh, brother.
Pick. We're good.
So that he would never forget their anniversary. I forget mine every year. And my people go, how long have you been married? I'm like, oh, dang. And my husband will go, we got married in 2010. It's not that hard to add to 10. And I'm like, or subtract from the year from 10, 10 years from the year. But anyway, it's called Everyday Love. Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden messed around, let the devil deceive them. They lost out on paradise. Picked right up, they moved on along. God gave them a love to make them strong. Yeah, the kind of love that will survive. Everyday love, oh, that everyday love. Kind of love to catch you when you fall. Everyday love, oh, that everyday love. Kind of love to see you through it all. Romeo and Juliet had the kind of love that you don't forget, the passion, drama of it all. That kind of love is good for some, but baby, when a day is done, I want the kind of love to carry on. Everyday love, oh, that everyday love. Kind of love to lift you when you're down. Give me everyday love, oh, that everyday love. Kind of love to turn your life around. I'll play some love. just like that. Destiny was found one sunny day. 60 years it came and went, lots of change and a life well spent. Have the kind of love that never fades. Everyday love, oh that everyday love, kind of love lifts you when you're down. Give me everyday love, oh that everyday love, kind of love to turn your life around. One more time, sing it if you know it. Everyday love, there you go. Oh that everyday love, kind of love lifts you when you're down. Oh, that everyday love, yeah. Kind of love to turn your life around. I want the kind of love that makes this world go round.
Great job,
Everyday
buddy.
love, y'all. Thank you so much. And that goes out to my son and his beautiful fiance, Ashley. So to Richard and to Ashley, I love you. I'm sorry I'm not there. But they've got lots of good people there, lots of family. So it's a good thing.
That's awesome, man.
It's a lot of fun.
Well, our next song is one. It's how we met, sorta.
Mm-hmm.
After the Army, I struggled. I struggled with PTSD. I struggled with depression. I struggled with alcohol for too many years. And in 2013, I attempted to take my life and messed my body up pretty bad. And on the way out of that, organizations, these beautiful veteran organizations, and one of them we played for yesterday helped me out. This was a fly fishing organization, actually. And they helped me out, and then the next time I went on a hunting trip. And I got back, and the hunting trip meant so much to me, I wrote my first song. And I was teaching a guitar class at the VA at the time, and the director asked me, "Hey, have you written any songs?" I said, "I've written one song." And she goes, "Well, let's submit it to this National Veterans Creative Arts thing, see what happens." Well, I won Best Original that year,
Yeah.
2017. Thank you. And so the next year I was competing, and that's when Rhonda was up there competing, and that's how we ended up starting the band Proud Country. So, but this song's called Same Star, and I wrote it about that trip. It's just a story about that trip. I hope you enjoy it. Left on a Monday, my coffee in hand, with my brother in arms, from the desert and the sand. We talked of the good times, tough times and bad. The thought of your smile still in my head. The coyotes crying, howl at the breeze. The thought of your touch brings me to my knees. Wind on the prairie, blue in your eyes. Are you looking at the same star that I see tonight? Next day we fished, we laughed and we cried. We played with the dog and we watched the sunrise. And we remembered our brothers and the struggles we had when they never came home from that faraway land. Coyotes crying, howl at the breeze. The thought of your touch brings me to my knees. The wind on the prairie, the blue in your eyes. Are you looking at the same star I see tonight? Time to go home, time to take stock of our purpose and labor, our passion and rock. I can't wait to get home and hold you so tight. I'll never let go, something so right. Coyotes crying, howl at the breeze. The thought of your touch brings me to my knees. The wind on the prairie, the blue in your eyes. Are you looking at the same star that I see? Oh, the wind on the prairie, the blue in your eyes. Are you looking at the same star that I see? Tonight. Thank you, buddy.
Very good job, buddy.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Thank
Thank
you.
y'all.
Thank you so much.
We got that one done, and on Spotify, wherever you find them at digital media. I don't ever
He
say
needs
it
help
right.
with it. Wherever digital media can be found, you can find us. iTunes, Amazon, YouTube, Spotify, Pandora, all
That's
of the above.
right.
Yeah. In the music room, absolutely. That's
Well,
right.
I had I'd mentioned that we taught a class at the VA called Guitar for Heroes, and I don't know if I mentioned that or not, but we did. I did for 6 years, and then when Rhonda, the band, came together, she helped me, but it was held in the mental health department, the Fort Worth VA, and no one likes to go to the Fort Worth VA or the mental health, including myself, because of the amount of time it takes. You're up there, you're waiting, then you finally get your appointment. And so one day I was driving home, and Rhonda, I'll never forget, it was raining too, because Rhonda we were in two different cars. I drove myself, and I called her. I said, you know what? No one likes to go there. I know this is the only space we got to have guitar class, but you know, a song can make me just as happy as a therapist. And she goes, that's it, 3-minute session.
Write it.
And so we sat down and we wrote it. So we wrote the song.
I need some mental health with a drink of water. That'd be helpful.
There you go, bud.
But he mentioned before how we had met at the VA doing that recording, and you know, music has always been a big part of my life, and it's always been a big part of his. As far as, you know, like he said, that whole 3-minute session, that session with that therapist that, you know, takes so long, but yet you get to be able to find your way on a rainy day with the stereo up in the car. Hopefully you don't drive too fast because you got one of them, you know, you're in one of those moods and you're, I just gotta get rid of this right now. You know, one of those fun ones. Sorry, I gotta get a drink.
No big deal. But we this one actually ended up we did a video for it, and it was submitted to Gray Television, and this song ended up on the One Texas project. We were on episode 2 with Zane Williams and Pat Green, and it was they aired it over COVID to lift people up.
Yeah.
And so this is one of the uplifting songs that they included. So, ready? Give me a 3-minute session with my favorite Haggard song. Warm summer evening and the rumble of a storm. I find my direction, way to heal my wrong. With a 3-minute session in the form of a country song. Now therapists try their best in an hour to work on you. They ask questions, search for answers, and take away your blues. I ain't saying that they don't help, but one thing I know is true. One quick way to brighten my day is to listen to my favorite tune. Give me a 3-minute session with my favorite Waylon song. Warm summer evening and the rumble of a storm. I'll find my direction, way to heal my wrong. With a 3-minute session in the form of a country song. Loretta, Dolly, and Emily, 3-minute session with my favorite Patsy song. Warm summer evening, the rumble of a storm. I'll find my direction, wait to heal my wrongs. With a 3-minute session in the form of a country song. Let's hear it, sis. Give me a 3-minute session with my favorite country song. A warm summer evening and the rumble of a song. I'll find my direction, way to heal my wrongs. With a 3-minute session in the form of a country song. I'll find my direction, way to heal my wrongs. With a 3-minute session in the form of a country song. 3-minute session.
yeah.
Thank y'all. Appreciate you.
Thank you. That song, we also got a call from Upwards magazine out of India during that same time frame, and they're like, hey, we heard your song. We think it's very uplifting, and we'd like to put it on our website for our readers, viewers on their website. So it was kind of cool. I mean, I was like, India?
I didn't know they had country music in India.
It's everywhere.
But the guy was like, hey, we just like music. I'm like, I get that.
That's right.
Man. That's cool.
So that was kind of cool to have that happen. But, you know, he was talking about the Guitars for Heroes class, you know, and the healing that we see, not only for us, but the veterans that would come to the classes, the people that were referred. You know, and Taylor can talk a little bit more about that too from his experiences. I know, but from mine, you know, there were so many that would come in the class and they weren't sure whether this was a good idea or not or what was going to happen. But the VA gave them a guitar case, tuner, you know, and then someone to try to help them kind of muddle through this a little bit every week for about 8 weeks. 12 weeks, sorry. 12 weeks. But it made such a difference to see the confidence that'll change, to see the way that they communicated with one another in the class, going from not wanting to speak at all to laughing and joking and getting together for dinner at each other's, or, well, you know, whatever it may be. So music is truly healing.
Yeah, we, you know, when I first started, again, the way I was brought to the class was as a patient. They wheeled me up there to the rec room in a wheelchair, and they had just told me that what I'd done to myself was I'd given myself what they called child pew class C cirrhosis, which had a mortality rate of 6 months, and so they didn't expect me to live, and so they put me up into the mental health, and there was a guitar sitting over there that I've been playing since I was 8 years old, and asked about it, and that's how it all got started. And then as I healed, I got a chance to give back, and then I became a teacher and was able to teach the class. And you know, all the veterans and brothers and sisters that we saw in that class were all referred by mental health, and they were there, and but yeah, music is amazing thing. This next song is this is a melody that I had in my head on the guitar that I just couldn't get out of my head. And one day I brought it over to Rhonda and for rehearsal, and I started playing this song, and she started singing, just making up words. And I said, write that down. And so she wrote it down, and I kept playing, and she kept singing, and we wrote it, and it wrote itself in about 10 minutes. It's called 500 Miles, and it's just about trying to get to someone you love. And it just so happens that we're currently in negotiations with a Nashville production company who wants to buy it.
Well, they want to do licensing.
We're licensing. They want to buy the licensing. So hopefully
it'll be out there on someone's album.
Someone's album, yeah. So
we might get our .001, .5,
.003,
.001 if it's a deal.
That's right. That's right. We're taking most of it, but it's just an honor that people want to play your song, you know, or want to record it for themselves. This is called 500 Miles.
Driving in tonight from Baton Rouge, start to think of all that we've been through. Can't take my mind off yesterday and all the things I didn't say. 500 miles, we can give our love a chance.
500 miles, we can finish what we began.
This old road could save me.
This old road can take me
Back to your loving arms again.
Been away from you for far too long, and now the radio has played our favorite song. Honey, wait for me, I'm almost home, and I'll show you all the love you've never known.
500 miles, we can give our love a chance. 500 miles,
We can finish what we began.
this old road can save me.
This old road can take me
Back to your loving arms again. This old road can save me.
one more mile can take me
Back to your loving arms again.
Thank y'all. 500 miles.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Thank you. And like you said, he came over with that melody and it was so pretty. I was like, just keep playing it. Just play it over and over and over again. And then I just kind of...
Well, inpatient, it was Dallas.
The one in Dallas?
No, but that was the inpatient. You're talking about the guitar class was Fort Worth, VA?
Fort Worth, VA, yeah.
Yeah, right off of campus in 20.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Before the COVID thing, the COVID shut it down, and then after the COVID, then they had a freeze, and the pipes froze and
Yes.
broke up there, and they couldn't find a plumber to save their life.
So it was closed for another 6 months, I guess it
closed
was.
for another
yeah.
6 months over there. So, but that's okay. It'll get back to where it's
But
at.
the song 500 Miles was just about getting to...
Getting to
someone that you
you
love.
love, and
Yeah.
she tells me the story. She goes, I was just kind of curious because I don't know where she came up with Baton Rouge.
It just came out.
Because I don't have any ties to Louisiana, and I don't know. If
I went
she does.
TDY there a couple times, but
Well,
that's about it.
I was
you
at
know?
Fort Polk for a short period of time, but I won't count that.
Yeah.
But no, but yeah, you were curious and you looked it
Yeah.
up.
So I was sitting down at the computer, I was writing out all the words. I was like, wow, this is kind of cool how this song just spilled out, came together.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, somebody needs to hear this, And so I'm sitting there and I look at it, I'm like, okay, Baton Rouge. Let me see how far Baton Rouge is from my house. It was 500 miles.
Oh, wow.
So I was like, okay, thank you, Lord. We're good. Somebody needs to hear that.
That song wrote itself.
And then we did a show not too long ago. It was over at Bohannon's. We were on a radio show, Brett Watts for Texas Red Hot Radio. And a gentleman from the back of the room, he had to leave whenever we went on break and we had already played 500 Miles. He comes up to me and he goes, I ran into my elementary school sweetheart on Facebook. He said, I lost my wife almost a year ago. She lost her husband. We're together now. And he goes, she lives in Baton Rouge.
Oh, wow.
And he said, sitting here, I just looked it up, and he goes, guess what? I said, what? He goes, it's 500 miles from my house. And I said, go out and listen to our song. That could be your song. If you want us to come play it at your wedding in the future, we will be there. But you never know what's going to happen. You never know what song you sing or where you play, whether it's one person that's not paying attention, all of a sudden they come up when you're done and like, oh, man, I stayed. You may not thought I was paying attention because I was back there drinking, but I was sipping on my whiskey listening to y'all, and your songs touched me. So you just never know.
It's amazing, you know. And we have a radio show on Rural Texas Radio every week, and we get a chance to interview other singers, songwriters, and other songwriters, and you know, I was just talking with Dustin and Aubrey, or Dustin, a little bit about songwriters. For some reason, we feel more comfortable singing about it than we do talking about it. And so, you know, singing and getting that out there is just as much of our therapy. Every single time we sing it, it heals you just a little bit more.
It really is.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You want to do Need a Little Lovin'?
Yeah, we can do that. And then you want to, let's do that.
And then,
This is our current release single out there. You can request it wherever digital media can be found. You can purchase it, and you can request it. We were on the charts, on Texas Country Music charts, and
That's right.
And Texas Regional Radio Report, and it's kind of funny. A friend of mine lives out in Corpus, and she goes, I was driving around listening to the radio, and all of a sudden I'm like, I know that voice. And I was like, really? She's like, yeah, I had to Shazam you. I didn't even know that thing was still around. And she's like, I Shazammed it, and it said Proud Country. She goes, I knew that was Rhonda. But so the song is called Need a Little Lovin', and we wrote it just about, you know, that couple connection, you know, how sometimes you just got to reconnect, whether it's from work or with the kids or with the grandkids or whatever
all of a
it may
sudden
be.
You're looking at each other.
And it's like, we really need to sit on the porch and talk for a while. Let's reconnect. Let's listen to some music. Let's have a good time. And I was thinking about springtime and back porch sitting, you know, and the sounds that you hear out just in the backyard, because I live out in the county, so I get to still hear some sounds other than traffic. So it makes it kind of nice. But that's what the song's about.
It's called Need a Little Lovin', and the wonderful Bobby Terry produced it from Nashville, who's now on tour with Garth Brooks. And if you get a chance to listen to the Spotify version, that's all him playing on that, every single instrument.
He was amazing. And
my goodness.
we actually we got to do he did the recording for us as a product of, we entered the Fort Worth Songwriters Association
And
contest. And we won with that song and a couple of other songs. We entered 5 categories, and we won in
4 out of 5.
We won in 4 out of 5, and so it was it was pretty cool. And he worked with me over the phone, over email primarily, and we went through back and forth, and we listened, and he played, and we listened, and he's like, hope you don't mind, I got that last version that I sing. Yeah, I just kept adding stuff. He goes, you'll hear a little bit of a banjo, you'll hear a little bit of this or that.
Oh yeah, there was all kinds of stuff.
It was so cool.
Is that a kazoo?
I know, right? But we have a little video for it too, and once we sing it, you'll want to go watch the video, because it's just a lot of fun. Anyway, we think it is. Baby, let's do some back porch sitting and listen to the frogs and the crickets singing. Forget our troubles for a while. Let's put on some Haddon Jones and talk about how the kids have grown. Get a little us time in our lives. Oh, baby, I need a little love tonight. Oh, baby, I need a little love tonight.
Drive to the river in the pale moonlight, slide on over, let me hold you tight. Reminisce about all those younger years. You and me, baby, gonna take a little break from all of the chaos this world makes. Get a little love time in our life. Ah, baby, need a little love tonight. Ah, baby, need a little love tonight. take a little break from the old routine. You and me, baby, that's all I need.
Baby, let's do some back porch sitting, listen to the frogs and the crickets singing. Forget our troubles for a while.
We'll just laugh and have some fun and go back where we started from. Get a little less time in our life. Oh, baby, need a little loving tonight.
Oh, baby, I need a little love tonight.
Oh, baby, need a little loving tonight.
Yeah. All right. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's a fun song. And I did a little lyric video for it. It started out lyric video. It turned into a stick figure video. So if you get a chance, you can find it on our Facebook page out at Proud Country 2018 on Facebook, or you can go out to Proud Country on YouTube and you can see it out there. But it's got chickens chasing each other around and little kids playing and dancing and
You know, I don't know how
all
it's
kinds of
done.
fun stuff.
She's a computer thing, techie thing, and then all I know.
It was fun to do.
My grandkids, my granddaughter loved it. It was the coolest thing, you know, this little stick figures, cartoon, and it is a fun little video. I don't know how it's done, but it just appears.
Guaranteed to make you smile.
It just
That's right.
appears. Do you want to do that one?
Yeah, this one's guaranteed to kind of make you get sad.
Yeah.
But it is Veterans Day, so I'm
That's
going to do
right.
it.
It is.
And you've heard it before. But this is a song that I was an Air Force veteran. I am an Air Force veteran. 2 daughters served in the Air Force. One decided to go the officer route through the academy, but you know, I forgive her for that, but it's okay. And then the other 2 of us are enlisted. I love you, Rachel.
Really?
I love you, Rachel. If you're watching, you'll watch it later. But there wasn't anything out there for our women, and I appreciate everyone who served and the support that all of the families have given, because your family serves and they didn't sign that line. They didn't ask to be part of that. They're just part of it because the government wanted you to have a family. They'd issue it to you, is what they always told us. But this is a song that I wrote for the women. Like I said, if you get a chance, go out and watch the video on YouTube. It's called Freedom Fighter Tribute to Women in the Military. It's really long, though, as far as the title. But it was I grieved over this song. I rewrote it all the way to the moment I walked into the studio, because it was almost 9 minutes long. And he said, you can't have a 9-minute long song.
You're not a queen. Come
and
on.
I was like, come on, man. They do it rock and roll all the time.
Yeah,
They do
you're
it
not Skinner or Queen.
R&B.
It don't work like that.
He goes, those are riffs. Those aren't actual lyrics. And I said, well, John Prine, Bob Dylan. Okay. But anyway, we can add Rhonda Lynn, right?
That's
but
right.
Anyway, that would be nice, wouldn't it? But anyway, if you go out and you watch the video, as women from World War I all the way through to, well, when I actually did the video, and there's a collage towards the back. And in that collage, there's 2 women who died in theater, and their children were only 4 months old. Because these 2 women could deploy when their child turned 4 months old. You were eligible. Now, thank God, all of the branches of service have fallen in line. The Air Force started first to where it was a year, but all branches have fallen in line. And I know that, yes, it's hard for a child to be without their father as well. But for that mother-child bond and the research they've done since, they've found that breaking that bond that early was so incredibly destructive. And I know we're talking an awful lot, so if y'all need to be quiet, I know we don't have a lot of time left. But I'll try to get through this, and I will not look at you because you always make me cry.
Okay.
So I'm just going to do this. Just because you love music. Anyway. Barely even 18, not sure what lies in store. Small town girl, dreams of moving on. Graduate on Friday, basic training in the fall. I enlisted like my mom had done before. Didn't quite expect to be called away so soon. I packed up, destination was unknown. And just like those before me, I go where duty calls, stand beside the others in the storm. Days and nights, they are so long, mission is so clear. Have to fight for all those who live each day in fear. I'm a daughter, I'm a sister, freedom fighter for us all. I don't falter, never failing, I keep on pushing through, giving up my life for me and you. Little home and family, I got deployed again. Second tour this time, Afghanistan. Hated so to leave them, but I march on with pride. I missed my son's first birthday, tried to call. IED is all I heard. Next thing that I saw were the lights above my bed and no memory at all. I'm a daughter, a sister, and a mother, freedom fighter for us all. I don't falter, never failing, I keep on pushing through, giving up my life for me and you. Trying to adjust, but the demons haunt my dreams. Gotta try to cope and go back home. It'll never be the same, but with a little help and my family for now, the pain seems to be gone. Think about all those who lost their life and everything I have. Won't forget their sacrifice or the families that have. They're an airman or a soldier, sailor or marine, guardian who defends our liberty. They don't falter, never failing, they keep on pushing through, giving up their lives for me and you. So many gave their lives for me and you.
Very nice, buddy. Great song.
Thank you. But thank you to all who have served, you know, regardless, male, female, but branch of service. But, you know, and there's a, just real quick, I'm never quick, but real quick. In the song, it says giving up my life, giving up their lives. That doesn't just mean the loss of life. That means the birthdays, the anniversaries, the, you know, just the moments in life, the Christmas pageants. I'm going to start crying, so I better shut up. But, you know, that's giving up your life. And it's not just our military that does it, our first responders. And, anyway, so that's why I wrote the song.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
We're all thankful you did, buddy.
Thank you, brother. If you get a chance to go out and watch the video, please do.
Well, I'm gonna pick them up with
Please do.
little couldn't hang around.
Okay.
Since you get to sing this one too.
All right.
This is I think one of our first co-writes ever. It's called "Couldn't Hang Around."
Yep.
And it was I had a little riff to it, and I had these words: "I've been up and I've been down." She took the rest of it and made this out of it. And her husband looked at me and he goes, "I know you didn't write that." I said, "No, sir, I did not." And write all those words. No.
Actually, I've been up, I've been down. I'm tired of this one horse town.
That
I said,
was me, yeah.
I said, you can't use one horse town. Let me fix this. So anyway, I'm in what?
All
I'm
right.
sorry, I'm lost.
C sharp.
All right.
Ready?
Well, I've been up and I've been down. I've been tired of your messing around. Baby, I'm leaving. Don't be surprised if you think of me when you close your eyes. You're gonna wish that you could hold me. Gonna wish you weren't so wrong. Gonna pace the floor, act a fool until the break of dawn. When loneliness starts creeping in, just remember I loved you. Couldn't hang around and be your fool. Well, I moved up and I moved on. I found solace in a fifth of Patron.
Yeah.
I found Jesus, he took me home. Found so much better on my own. You're gonna wish that you could hold me. Gonna wish you weren't so wrong. Gonna pace the floor, act a fool until the break of dawn. When loneliness starts creeping in, just remember I loved you. Couldn't hang around and be your fool. Since the day I left, I felt like I could fly. Shackles you had on my heart broke away in time. When loneliness starts creeping in, just remember I loved you. Couldn't hang around and be your fool. You're gonna wish that you could hold me. Gonna wish you weren't so wrong. Gonna pace the floor, act a fool until the break of dawn. When loneliness starts creeping in, just remember I loved you. Couldn't hang around and be your fool. Couldn't hang around and be your fool.
See what I mean? That's not.
Tyler told my husband, he's like, I think she's trying to tell you something.
No, I did not tell him that.
Yeah,
not tell
okay.
him.
Let me see. Go back in my Rolodex. Yeah.
That was a lot of fun.
But no, my husband was like, I didn't do it. I know.
We had a lot of fun writing stuff like that. We wrote one
How much
called.
time
I
do
didn't
we
put it
have
down
now?
here. How
We got
much
about
time we
10
got?
minutes.
15
15. All right,
minutes.
we'll take it.
Well, let's do Crazy Love Song and then Small Town, Southern Sound.
All right, that'll work.
This is we wrote this because I like ballads just like everybody else, but I can only write so many in a row, y'all. Okay, you know.
I love ballads.
She loves ballads.
I like
and-
words.
I get it.
If you
I
can't
get it.
tell.
So one day I was like, you know, man, I got to do something else. I got to write something fun, right? And she goes, well, let's do it. And so we did, you know, and again, when you got two people, you know, we have two separate lives and two stuff, you know, you get all kinds of different ideas, right, going into the song. And so I just came up with one that, and again, you know, love can be kind of crazy, but it didn't have that, that's not the hook, okay? That's not the hook. So.
Yeah.
Right.
Pull them dry in your beat up Chevrolet. Sure has been a long time since you looked at me that way. You know you stayed out all night long, one too many times. Gonna learn a lesson now about leaving me behind. You know love makes you crazy. Oh, love makes you lose your mind. Well, you know love, well, it sometimes breaks you. You can't keep it satisfied.
I pulled up the drive. She was walking my way. An angel of light in the spring morning rain. My jaw hit the ground. We looked in the yard. She threw out all my stuff. Guess I went too far.
You know love makes you crazy. Oh, love makes you lose your mind. You know love sometimes breaks you. You can't keep it satisfied.
You know love makes you crazy.
Oh, love makes you lose your mind. Well, you know love, it sometimes breaks you. You can't keep it satisfied. You know love sometimes breaks you. You can't keep it satisfied. You can't keep it satisfied. Ah, yeah.
Crazy love song.
That was fun to write too.
That was a lot of
He's
fun,
got
too.
this one line that he's been trying to use,
Ah.
and I gotta tell it, he got this one line that he's been trying to use in like every song we write. He'll start it out and he goes, "Okay, so angel of light in the spring morning rain." Or angel of light in a meadow or something. And so we did this song and I said, okay,
I
you
can
can
use
use
it.
that line.
I would love to use it.
Because I could just see it in my head, and I'm going to do a lyric video for that one too. I'm just trying to find an old beat up Chevy truck sketch, you know, that shakes, that I can make shake and smoke come out of it and stuff like that. Because I think it'll be a lot of fun. Because, I mean, you know, it's like, yeah, here she comes walking out of the house, this angel of light in the spring morning rain. And then he looks out the door of the truck and he sees, oh, crap, all my stuff's on the ground.
Crap, all my stuff's up there. And I was like, that happened to me. I mean, I've been there.
I wanted it to happen to an extra
Joys
two,
of
but
marriage
it
in the
didn't.
military, right?
That's right. Mhm.
Well, this next one is this is Small Town USA, and it was. I mean, I think we talk to writers, you know, songwriters a lot on the show, and typically writers have, you know, songwriters, singer-songwriters. If you've been doing this much, we all have the same categories. Everyone has a minor song. Everyone has a small town song. Everyone has a Texas song,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So you can go down the road, right? We all have well, this is our small town song. This is, you know, I was raised in Roanoke, Texas, and when I left for basic training in 1990, it was still 800 people. And that's how I grew up. And she was raised in the big town of
Gordon,
There
Texas,
you go.
population 500. When I left for
That's right.
basic training in 1986. Holy cow, that was a long time ago. And then, yeah, Aubrey, whoa. She's like, wow. Okay, I just dated myself big time, right? But, and it's like 516 now, so we still play six-man football. Friday Night Lights still the biggest thing. The whole town follows the school bus. That's right, yeah, right. Small town values. There's 4 churches,
We included a VFW. Our first gig together happened to be at the Mineral Wells VFW.
That's right.
And there's a plaque there now in that corner. It says Proud Country started here.
They're so
cool.
sweet. Yeah.
And but yeah, it was.
It started at the VA too because, like we were
yeah,
talking
too.
earlier, is because I walked up to him. I'd done my recording for the National Veteran Creative Arts Competition, and he came in to do his, and I said, "Hey, how's it going?" Because I'd seen him around, saw his stuff on anyway Facebook and all that kind of stuff, and I was like, "Where are you playing?" He goes, "Playing at the VFW," and I said, "Can I sit in?" And he was like, "Sure, yeah."
That's
Yeah.
true.
Hey,
Couldn't
But it-
you know, at the time it was
right.
well,
It was free.
at the time.
Okay, it was tips only. That's why.
At the time, I was in a quandary. I had a cover band, and I was playing regularly at the some local honky tonks, and had written my one song, right. And at the same time, I got a call from the folks at The Voice. The producers called me, and then they sent me down to Dallas, and then that went well, and they sent me up to L.A. So all that was going on at the same time. This was going on, and I'm just looking at God going, man, which direction do you want me to go, And it well, it just so happened that I wasn't chosen for the show, and I wanted to learn how to write, and I couldn't do that with a cover band, so I needed, So I told her, I said, hey, I'll make a deal with you. After we play together, I'll make a deal with you. If you'll teach me how to write, I'll teach you how to play guitar. And so there you go. That's how it worked out.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, man.
He's
Thanks.
been stuck with me ever since.
Ever
so.
since, that's right.
One more.
How long had y'all been together when y'all came and did the radio show here?
1 year.
1 year. Yeah.
That was a few years back.
Yes,
So
sir.
yeah, it'll be
3 years ago.
Yeah, it'll be in March. 5 years ago is the first time we ever played together. I mean, yeah, in coming March. It's coming March. It seems like yesterday. Yeah, but it was pretty cool and it was funny too because after I said it, I was like, did I just ask him if I could play with him? And then I got in the car and on the way home, I'm like, oh crap, what am I gonna do now? I was just getting started.
You had to go home and tell your husband. My wife was there when it all happened, so I didn't have to tell her.
I went home and told my husband, and he was like, you what? I was like, he said he's playing the VFW, and I figure, I just came out of my mouth, can I play too? Can I sit in? And he was like, well, what are you going to do? I said, well, I'm going to sit in. And he's like, oh my gosh. He goes, I can't believe you let you in. I said, well, aren't you going to go with me? He's like, nope. This is all, you're on your own. And I was like, okay. But yeah, like you said, they have a little plaque there in the corner that says Proud Country started here. And so it's pretty cool. 6 months later, we became Proud Country.
That's right. Well, but that specific, well, of course, a lot of them have it, but that VFW has a bingo night every Friday night.
Mm-hmm.
The same time we play. We played on Friday nights, so we play on Friday nights, and when the bingo was over at 8:30, sometimes some of those folks would come over to the canteen and listen to us,
Mm-hmm.
So we included that in this song, so.
Just about small town.
Yep, you heard fun?
Oh, wait. I guess I'm not. I'm too busy talking and enjoying y'all's smiling faces. This has been so much fun. I don't want to go home.
That's all we need is someone actually listening.
I know, right?
That's when you
Cheers
come
to
here.
that, buddy. Cheers to that.
But yeah. So this is Small Town USA, and as a matter of fact, the cover art for the song is a shot of, and you'll hear talking about feed stores and fishing poles and all kinds of stuff in the song, but it's a shot of downtown Weatherford from Dillard's feed store. So I was able to jump out in traffic long enough for there to be no traffic and not get hit by anybody. So I got the feed store and then a shot up to the courthouse. And so that's the cover art. If you look at it on Spotify, that's the cover art for it. So yeah, that's kind of cool. Down the road, just a piece or two, there's a stoplight on the main avenue in town. Not a soul around. Jill and Bobby ride their new swing by. each door in the morning light. They're bound for a fishing hole he found. Never thought I would feel this way about where I was raised, where I was made. Thank God for small town USA. Every Friday about 4:45, the VFW has a bingo night in town. Hope to see you around. Joe and Jimmy share their army days, talk about the ones they couldn't save and how. Sure do miss them now. Never thought I would feel this way about where I was raised, where I was made. Thank God for small town USA. Pledge of Allegiance and Sunday school are still commonplace. Thank God for small town USA. Thank God for small town USA.
Great job, buddy.
Thank you.
Great job, man.
And I think we've got one more.
We got one more, yeah.
But a cool story about this, though, sorry, I gotta say it, is that we talk about the fishing poles and their swim backs and everything. We're on our way to the studio to record the song with Pete Miller out in Dallas at Crystal Clear Sound. Wonderful, amazing people out there. And we're sitting at the stoplight there where the, what is it, Petro station? Yeah, Petro and Shell. Anyway. Too much information, right? So these kids just they fly by us on their bicycles. Every one of them has a fishing pole. And so they were on their way to the fishing pole that one of the kids had found, and they're out there getting to have a good time. But this is our last song. And
yeah, and this one did pretty well on the country charts. It made it into the 50s on TCMA and TRRR and all those others, and did, and for not using, that was self-promoted. We didn't even use a promoter on that one. But it was, it's called Southern Sound, and it's about missing the old sound of country. And my wife and I were following Rhonda. We were on her, going out I-20 to play the Purple Goat. And I don't know if y'all played the Purple Goat out there. Yeah, the favorite goat, favorite goat band, Purple Goat, and play out in Stephenville. And I couldn't find any country music on the country music stations. It said country music station, but it didn't sound like country to me. Mm-hmm. And so I went home, and the next time I had practice, I said, "Hey, I had trouble finding a country song. It sounded country. I missed the old sound." And so we just sat down and started writing it, and it's called Southern Sound. So y'all are welcome to sing along with us.
Yeah, you'll get the words here in a minute. You'll just repeat in here in a minute.
Driving down I-20 toward the western sun, thinking about my life behind. This one's just begun. Driving through the oil fields, valleys and the plains, ponder my last choices in the warm Texas rain. Let me be, let me be, let me try, let me try. Wings all spread, wings all spread. I'm ready to fly, I'm ready to fly. Play me out, till I hit the ground, till I hit the ground. Fill my soul with a southern sound. Winding down that country road, think of those old times. Picnic lunches after church, sound of the engine whine. Daddy playing guitar, Mama keeping time. How I miss the laughter in the pine. Let me be,
Let me be,
let me try.
let me try.
Wings all spread,
Wings are spread.
I'm ready to fly.
I'm ready to fly.
Play me out,
Play me out
till I hit the ground.
till I hit the ground.
Fill my soul with a southern sound. Journeys that I've taken reflect upon my life. Good ones and the bad ones are in my dreams at night. Takes me back to a simpler place. Takes me back in time. Takes me to a country state of mind. Let me be,
Let me be,
let me try.
let me
My
try.
wings all spread,
Wings are spread.
I'm ready to fly.
I'm ready to fly.
Play me out,
Play me out
till I hit the ground.
till I hit the ground.
Fill my soul with a southern sound. Fill my soul with a southern sound. Fill my soul with a southern sound. Thank y'all very much. Thank y'all very much.
Thank you. We had so much fun.
Thank y'all for
That was awesome.
listening to us. We appreciate you.
Thank you so much.